Oh, by the way, I have looked at it. I have taken a look at the chapter, looked at the scans at least once, and then I've read through the summary, but it is my first time, like, in depth kind of breaking some of the shit down, you know what I'm saying? First off, let me go through, or actually, you know what, I'm kind of going to bounce in between. I'll go look at the leaks, and then once I break down the leak page, we'll kind of go over to the spoilers and see what we have here, at least in the summary. Begins right here on this front page, as we see the ball sailing into the back of the net. Gagamaru's over here shitting himself. Freaking Snuffy just there posted like the GOAT himself. Moving on to this next panel, we have to talk about this pose right here. It's enough to make a grown man cry. A killing shot that caught the goalkeeper by surprise, not to be outdone by Isagi. Barou also shows his evolution. The announcer says the goalkeeper can't even move a single step. With Barou show a stealth mid-range shot, the Ubers managed to catch up. Now the score is 1-1. Absolutely fucking demonic pose. Sendao over here really thinks that he's Rio right now. And you see this man over here just mean mugging Isagi. Just like, oh, you a bitch. Barou basically presses Isagi saying, is that all you got? Blah, blah, blah. Isagi then goes to monologue. That sort of thing. I couldn't stop it. Uber's probably simulating the idea of crushing me by taking the ball from me and attacking as fast as possible. They completed the play they had set up so fast I couldn't get in. So this is almost making it to seem like everything they're doing right now is strictly a hard counter to Isagi, which I don't think is exactly the case. They have tactics set for basically every single thing. So like if Kaiser was a little more prevalent right now, then they probably have a different strategy to take him out, so on and so forth. Like maybe if Kunigami was taking over, they do something for him. But I think that just the way that they've noticed the games have been transpiring recently, especially with Isagi being all over the field and doing the most for either team, I guess you could say, they're basically going to be focusing on him, and trying to stop him is going to be the main focus, I guess. And I think they realize that if they can stop him effectively, then they're going to kind of win pretty handily. You know, that kind of perfect movement by the whole team. You can't improvise at the timing when to act. You can't do that with half-assed training. The whole team shares countless interlocking patterns in both offense and defense, or in both defense and attack. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. Not really. Shout out to Bella Thorne, though. This is the essence of Uber's strength, but I don't think there's enough to explain Barou's shot. Because Gagamaru couldn't even move a single step, so he shot when the timing was off? Nah, that's not it. Then it wasn't a free shot by Barou. It was aimed the moment when Gagamaru couldn't react. God. That's like, I'll keep going. Sorry. I'm trying to glaze, but like my mouth's watering right now. So I'm gonna stop. I see. A new way to use your eyes. It's true with Barou's shooting ability. If the goalkeeper doesn't react, the probability of getting a goal is very high. That's why he's been playing with the goalkeeper in his sights, so that he can always aim for the opening of his prey. This is probably Barou's new piece. An eye that specializes in shooting. A predator eye, a different direction of evolution than my eyes and brain. So this is, oh my god, hold up, this is freaking crazy. The coolest thing I think about all of this is the fact that he's able to acknowledge Barou's evolution as something that's different from his own. It's just as effective, but something that is strictly meant to help Barou, because I feel like if Isagi had a predator eye, it wouldn't do him as good because his scoring ability isn't as high or raw or potent in that case as Barou specifically. So having an eye that's mainly geared towards shooting is going to be even better for him specifically. Whereas if he had the metavision somewhat like Isagi's, where it's full field vision, entire IQ, game strategy, precognition, blah, 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 it would be a far different story for him, in my opinion at least. Clamp, do you think Nico's metavision is a double-edged sword since his physique is straight? So no, I don't feel like Snuffy, like especially Snuffy, would see like the IQ or at least the visual prowess from Nico and either not suspect some sort of a metavision type thing was going on, so he prepare him for that case, or maybe even he is like specifically showing Nico how he can like use it the most effectively to get the most out of it with his like smaller physique, because you know he is what, 15? Nico being 15 and still as dominant as he is absolutely crazy in my opinion. Moving on, we have this insane shot of Barou with this lion over his head. Hold up. Man really thinking he's chieftain of the Badlands right now. This is crazy. Bro really thinks he's Horaloo. Moving on, we got the bitch boy and his glazer. Actually, you know what? I can't call him the bitch boy. I love him. I have a Michael Kaiser jersey, so I really can't say anything. On the side, Ness is looking at Isagi, clenching his fist. Damn it, I couldn't do anything. Nothing. Then Kaiser places his hand on Ness's head, which he tends to do. Don't get flustered. It's fucking pathetic. It's Lorenzo. If we can get rid of Lorenzo, then we can win. Ness says, I will eliminate him. You know, he's probably like fucking goofy ass clown, bro. You a bitch, Ness. Get the fuck off my screen, bro. Then, going over to the next one, you got the duo right here. First off, I forgot Kurina. He a short king. Isagi himself is a short king. I don't know if he maybe just grew a little bit, because he is looking a little bigger overall. But Kurina's a short king. Look at him. He is fast as shit, though, so I guess he makes up for it with his play. Oh, it's good to see you. But don't. Then the game restarts. I love how fast-paced the restart panels are for this game. It kind of just showcases and emulates the high-octane intensity of the whole overall game's flow itself. I feel like we're going at a higher, like a much faster pace, at least in this game, than it is when pertaining to the Munchen game. The Munchen game was so fucking long, but still. We see Ness and Kaiser taking the ball upfield. Of course, their dynamic duo is pretty nuts, but Sendow's not going to do much. I mean, it's Sendow, come on. Lorenzo's all like, ooh, what am I going to do? And then Ness gets a little shifty with him. You know, he's got them bendy ankles, so on and so forth. Hits him with a little mink mink, whoop, fancy pass. Kaiser's like, ooh, I got that. And then you got the glamorous one over here, coming out of fucking nowhere. Whoever is saying freaking RU's useless or take him out of your lineup, fuck no. Look at how majestic this unicorn-looking motherfucker is. Look at Monk. I don't even know what happens here, because as you can see, Ness shoots Kaiser with the fancy pass, and he's grinding up on Lorenzo. Then all of a sudden, Lorenzo says, let me switch it real quick, and starts grinding up on Ness. I don't know what the fuck going on in this bitch, but it's weird. It's weird. I ain't rolling like that, but if they go into... I'm not gonna hold him. I'm not gonna hold. Yukimiya suddenly joined in. What are you gonna do? Any plans? Isagi said, if they can read us, we're done for. Did you guys forget what Noah said? The key to the victory in this game is the individual duels. So I guess they're kind of just gonna be focusing, or at least trying their best to emphasize on one-on-ones or these quote-unquote duels, which, I mean, if we're going to be honest, would favor Yukimiya a hell of a lot, even though he can't really see the field. You know, he's got that 0-0 vision. He's basically stated verbatim to be one of, if not the best one-on-one players in the entire facility. I think he is stated verbatim to be the best one-on-one player in the facility. I still think it would be Bachira, but still. Ness monologues. I'll do whatever it takes for Kaiser to score a goal. Absolute fucking fruity ass Glazer. Get the hell off my screen, Ness. RU heads that bitch. It's coming right back to Lorenzo. And then the boy adding to his interception rating because, dear God, he does not need any more. Bro, and that's the biggest simp alive. Bro is the slurp sapien. RU jumped and headbutted the ball before it reached Kaiser, but then on the benches, the GOAT Monk speaks for the first time in forever. Whoa, for real? Did they simulate that too? Hiyori says, how much training do they anticipate? These Ubers are truly fucking unreal, which it makes sense. I mean, Mark Snuffy did kind of prepare for everything. So RU says, I'm in charge of swatting the flies. Kaiser says, Ness, loose ball. Literally saying, hey, bitch, fetch. He said, fetch. You're a bitch, Ness. You are a bitch. Look at you getting grinded up on by a 6'3" zombie. Fucking goofy ass motherfucker, bowl cut ass bitch. Hiyori monologues. Lorenzo picks it up. If the Ubers switch again, then there will be a counter attack. However, Isagi intercepted the ball, saying, right here, Lorenzo. Basically, just, you know, what he always tends to do whenever his Metavision kicks in. He's like, oh, you're right here, bitch. Freaking steal. I'm gonna take that. Isagi then begins to monologue. I got it. I see it. My own duel from the moment of Ness's block, I can foresee RU's block and this loose ball as an option. If you stop to think about it, the Uber's collective, their organizational skill specifically, countless patterns is superior, but if it's an individual skill where you hone in on the one-on-ones, he can actually win and actually turn the tide of the entire match. At least that's what Isagi's trying to break down at the moment. But suddenly Nico appears and kicks the ball from Isagi. You know what? I didn't even say that with enough justice. Hang on, let me get some fucking bass in my voice, bitch, because I don't think anyone heard me. Finally! Nico appears out of nowhere and bitches Isagi Yoichi, dicking him down, bringing that long... yeah, I can't say that. I can't say that. Nico is on one. Nico is him. Announcer, ball out, Bastard Munich throw in. Isagi fell onto the ground and thought it was completely out of character for the Ubers. Get up, dust yourself off, bitch. Don't look stupid for too much longer. We like you. You're gonna have to just lose this game. I'm praying on his downfall this game. Go, I knew you had some good eyes and a brain waiting, but I'm the same. Isagi then monologues, could it be that Nico has Metavision? In the field that was supposed to be his, an intruder unexpectedly barged in. The duel gets super heated as the chapter comes to a close, to be continued in the next chapter, 218, titled Game Changer. So, big takeaways from this, all right? First off, Barou Shoei he's back. He's him, in his purest form. Crystallized, if you will. Barou Shoei is stronger than I think we've ever seen him before. The two keys I want to talk about is, one, the fact that Kaiser and Ness, specifically Kaiser, look serious. I think he's pissed. I'd be pissed too. He's having a death match with freaking Isagi right now. He is losing because Isagi already scored. Ness feels like he's letting him down, and he's basically just doing whatever he can to try and get back on top. He's already still on top, but just trying to make sure he, you know, stomps that little cockroach underneath his foot. The thing here, it's that if they can stop Lorenzo, or at least get Lorenzo off of Kaiser, it's over. It's done with. Not a single one of them, they think at least, will be able to defend him. But I feel like that also would be cool to see if maybe they finally get the marking off of Kaiser, to to where Lorenzo ends up marking Isagi. What if they end up having Aiku man match the opposite man? So there's basically 2 ace eaters. I could see that being like an Aiku evolution, you know what I'm saying? That would be pretty sick in my opinion, but I don't know. But something else that we need to talk about, need to, and of course it's the mainstay of this entire chapter. It's this panel right here. Okay, I'm gonna say something. Due to the fact that in the given panel, Isagi uses Metavision to predict where Lorenzo was taking the ball from, basically a Metavision burst point, stealing it from him, taking it, like he normally had done. He did this to Nagi and Rio, 5 times, just to get stopped at the point of contact by Nico. Don't lose it yet. I am not saying that Nico is better than Isagi, because he's not. He's still not. But I think his vision's better. Isagi's whole thing is vision IQ. Yes, so's Nico's. It's just different. They've been stated to be 2 sides of the same coin. It's just, they're the same person. They're literally the same build. They both lack in certain spots, but excel in the exact same spots as each other. Like their physical ability, that's where their weaknesses, that's what they lack in. Their prowess, all this stuff, their potential, but they make up for it with their IQ, their vision, and their like just overall game sense and skill, right? Isagi used Metavision, and in the summary, we can see it right here. He said, I got it, I see it. He is freaking geeking right now. Bro is not soft, he's chubby. He's got a chub down there. Nico appears out of nowhere and kicks the ball from Isagi. He didn't see Nico coming in. You understand what this means, right? It means that Nico doesn't have just Metavision. He has Metavision that can actually track another Metavision user. This is something that even like Isagi wasn't able to do, as we saw in the Munchen City match when Rio surpassed his precognition and almost managed to stop the goal at the very end of the game when Yukimiya scored the Dragon Screw. It's the same thing. That is why I'm saying I think he's got maybe not better game sense or IQ, but better vision than Isagi does, at least right now, or especially on the defensive side of the ball, simply because he's basically a defensive Isagi. That's all there is to it. You know what? We don't even need to imagine it. We're going to see it next week. I'm not even going to like go off on anything else.